Airport just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today it's a week 9 matchup. We are all set to go as it will be the Los Angeles Rams and their Southern California rivals,
the Los Angeles Chargers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Herbert's throw complete there to Johnson. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. The Chargers at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's got it. This is Ware. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Here's a 2nd and 5. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And down inside the 15 he goes. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Herbert on 3rd down now. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts. Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
But you talk about the defense for these Chargers.
They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7.
7.
I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 41-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll drop to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. He'll look to throw. That is caught, and he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
They go play action here on first down. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
They'll run here with Akers.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Akers is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Rams. From 3 yards out. And the Rams respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Charger offense set to take over in this battle for L.A. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Herbert going to shift his guys around. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
Taken down at the 42. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They'll set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. In motion goes the tight end. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Rams offense ready for their drive here against their L.A. brethren.
And they come into this one with an 0-8 record. The playoffs obviously out the window weeks ago. For now, their season boils down really to one question. How do we come up with that first win?
It's a great question, and I do think that they'll get it because they've been close a few times. But in order to get it done, morale has to stay high, so a lot of that goes on the coaching staff. You know, easy to coach when you're 7-1. That's a piece of cake. But with their record right now, how do they manage to keep these guys going in the right direction? And they're going to need some help from some of those veterans in the locker room as well.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Charger offense set to take over in this battle for L.A. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's Herbert. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. Now fourth down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense ready for their drive here against their L.A. brethren. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Looking to throw. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Davis now to return it. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger offense set to take over in this battle for L.A. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that... And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. That's caught by Ware. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Chargers have retaken the lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Rams offense ready for their drive here against their LA brethren. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He'll drop to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off.
And this one will be brought back to the 22.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Play action. It's Herbert.
Are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
The Rams offense ready for their drive here against their LA brethren.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Going up top for Miller. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention. And it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. This third down just got even more difficult. Third down and 15 after the false start. They'll throw now on the final play. And this is going to be incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. Well, special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
The Charger offense set to take over in this battle for L.A. On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
On second down, Jacobs. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Back to throw here, Herbert. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Rams are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. 2nd and 13. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Rams will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
The drive starts with a completion left side. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
They'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. To the right side, complete to Miller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Got a man complete to Miller. And out of bounds. Out at the 3.
Second down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3's all around. They'll look to run with Akers.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Cam Akers with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to widen their advantage.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Charger offense set to take over in this battle for L.A. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you have your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
59. Let's go. Crowd right. Slow. Ready.
Now it's Herbert. He's got it. This is Ware.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
27 yards there, a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. 38 yards.
And the Chargers have cut it back within a score.
It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Rams offense ready for their drive here against their L.A. brethren.
Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Run! Baylor tight! Ready!
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He's got Turner. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Baylor tight!
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Hey, OP. Hey, Ray. Baylor Tiger.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
Baylor Tiger.
Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Chargers, on the final play of the 3rd quarter, have taken the lead. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver's at a full head of steam,
out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Offense ready for their drive here against their LA brethren. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
and here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Rams answered back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Charger offense set to take over in this battle for L.A.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
5-9.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Go. Set.
On first down, it's Herbert. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
He's going to air one out. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. They juked him. And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Back to throw now on first down. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Warrior 70. Rig.
he'll switch it up here and look to throw. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Now back to throw.
Targets Miller here on the out route. He's got him. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Cam Akers
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Rams are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Now Herbert.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Hey, easy. We go orange.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Here's 2nd down.
Let's go. Go.
Herbert. To the sideline and incomplete.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
Hey, Kappa. 5'9".
Throwing, Herbert.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance